Thus saith the Lord God. Unto these bones, behold, I will cause breath to enter into you, and ye shall live. Seen a man rise from the dust, shit glorious in my sight. Never yield, I'm indebted to that old Lord Christ. Can't let them colors fly, only blood will suffice. Try to divide my brethren, I'ma put it in his life. Is you gonna endure? Damn right, I need that white gold with them stones. Look like Cinderella and ice. Shit, the time until the bones are healed and we live again.
This shit right here for the cold-blooded killers and the gangsters vibe. But the hoes love it, break it for a $5 tee. Spend a whole 100, no stunting. This is for the niggas that need more money. I done stopped the rebel from putting several in the casket. You throwing everybody involved if I ask it. So don't make me get a word. I'm scared of what he might do. Don't make me build a nerve. Sound of your alarm feel like it's the beginning of the purge. Look, it's like I'm all out of options. Hard being a killer with a conscience. Ginger ale and ice with tequila talking nonsense. Cause beef ain't really no beef. Till there's no more sleep, do a drill, we do a drill. Ours Mozambique, 2 to the body, 1 to the head, fuck it, on repeat. 1 West, you know them cult leaders around the street.
Seen a man rise from the dust, shit glorious in my sight. Never yield, I'm indebted to that old Lord Christ. Can't let them colors fly, only blood will suffice. Try to divide my brethren, I'ma put it in his life. Is you gonna endure? Damn right, I need that white gold with them stones. Look like Cinderella and ice. Shit, the time until the bones are healed and we live again. Life changed with the seasons, all praise to the author. I got a limited power, war with me, why bother? I know Mr. Mayhem in Chicago. Play, I drop shit like a toddler. Make that Glock speak like Tommy, leave him cold, call me Martin. I done seen Benjamin turn many men into monsters. Lay that lamb down, I feel like Benjamin Barker. Lord, I pray salvation sweet like peach cobbler. Right now I need a bankroll thick like Miss Parker. As I enter the darkness, the truth the only way. Death a slim chance, but it hit like Colin Ray. Heard that demon on my shoulder and I told him not today. So I try to stay focused, I ain't even boasting. Cause all that ghost shit hypnosis. And you ain't gotta talk shit when everybody know it. You ain't even riding or you talking, yeah, the bus boys are poets. It's a thin line between love and hate, that's why I got involved. Just pick this bad bitch up like Robbie Smalls. Threw that burden on my shoulder like Samoa Ross. Shit, I obeyed the orders, that's why I overcame it all. Seen a man rise from the dust, shit glorious in my sight. Never yield, I'm indebted to that old Lord Christ. Can't let them colors fly, only blood will suffice. Try to divide my brethren, I'ma put it in his life. Is you gonna endure? Damn right, I need that white gold with them stones. Look like Cinderella and ice. Shit, the time until the bones are healed and we live again.
Niggas looking for the light. Me and my niggas prepared for the dog. So we gon' get it on for the last days, nigga. You already know what it is. 140 for the rebel.
They in the building, we in the spot. We can go to war and see who make it out. On your stripes, dog, you with us or not. We can get it on when it's on, it don't never stop. First you get that power, gotta hold it down. Watch your step, boy, you on holy ground. They in the building, we in the spot. We can go to war and see who make it out. It's a problem, tell them pop off. I die for I let my colors fly, boy. For a nigga take me, they'll drop dead. AR, clean them up like a mop head. Say he cool, he bad, he really so tough. They like, damn, look what he did, it really go rough. Little bitch think she Kiki Palmer, silly hoe. She know I'm that bull, but I ain't from Philly though. From the city where they say about that ribbon like Pat Boots. Know them niggas plotting, gotta deal with me. Can't catch me slipping, got to steal with me. Just left Alabama, bought a chopper from some hillbilly move. He made my feel the blade. Leave them all bruised, come through like a plague. Rebel off the leash like a dog out the cage. Call me Johnny Blaze on 1 West May. Watch your step get stretched like a limousine. So my brother bring that blade back wet, that's my enemy. A little nigga, this that cold nigga talk. Niggas know I got blood in my cup, I just sip it like it's grenadine. They in the building, we in the spot. We can go to war and see who make it out. On your stripes, dog, you with us or not. We can get it on when it's on, it don't never stop. First you get that power, gotta hold it down. Watch your step, boy, you on holy ground. They in the building, we in the spot. We can go to war, let's see who make it out. Tell them niggas good night, here come the bitch. Look, told them niggas get right or get left. UPK bad man, I pin to your flesh. Hellboy, rip the soul out of dead man shit. Got the rate, the power, I been a showstopper. Yeah, they might hate, but I know they gon' watch. Zone on lock, and you know the flow prop. Iced out, got the drip out of David Jones lock. Know I got the plan, they say that you the man. No shit, Sherlock, I'm the one you heard about. Burn down the building, let them all watch. Throw that one west up, then I swerve. Sick with this shit, I do not need a detox. He don't watch a step, blow him out them Reeboks. We taking over, I'm sending the word out. Can't see me, little nigga, I put you in a bird box. Look, it's one West practical, gladiator, maximum. Creep on them slow, but they Glock 5 rapid. All I want is more power, more straps to blow. Ain't got excuse for no car, he gon' have to go. They in the building, we in the spot. We can go to war and see who make it out. On your stripes, dog, you with us or not. We can get it on when it's on, it don't never stop. First you get that power, gotta hold it down. Watch your step, boy, you on holy ground. They in the building, we in the spot. We can go to war and see who make it out. Turn me up a little bit. Gonna make them feel it. Make them 44 the rebel nigga. Look. The key to survival is formality. And I ain't worried about my rivals, they just casualties. I bring his heart on the platter like Applebee's. Let him lose control, I bet his soul lose gravity. A beast, blood in my teeth, I got them all beat. Circulate that paper with my niggas like Black Wall Street. You know revenge, my love. Yeah. 2 twin Glocks to see your ass in sandstone like the Isley brothers. Better take deep cover. I make them clap back and forth like 2 wives that despise each other. Shit, get into that bag, got the refrigerator full of color. Hey, this that gun smoking gold butter. Handle these little things till my Lord get a look to kill. I need a bad bitch that look Brazilian. If real recognize real, I should look familiar. Fire in my back in the lobby, I burn down the building. Back on that ass, in case these niggas need proof. They on my sons, I took them all to preschool. He and his feelings better be cool, cause I chew that beef up, show my tongue now it's seafood. I brought that all to your burial, I'm the pallbearer. This my shit, I sit in the throne like a lawn chair. All fair, warfare, shit, Diamondback AR. Work that bitch like a guitar player. Turn down, fucking with home, fucking with home. Told me motherfucker, they tell them niggas turn down. One West Coast leader shit, you better tell them niggas turn down. Ain't it beautiful up on that fire as usual? Hey look, hey tell them niggas turn down. You hear what I'm saying? Yeah, go ahead. If it ain't that serious, why you hysterical? I survived when niggas died, it's a miracle. Took a loss, but payback's a bitch, she the love of my life. I make her sing like Erica. These niggas weak on the frail side. I leave them wetter than a whale ride. UPK Hellboy, bring the hellfire. If I can't get a piece of heaven, I'm on hell's side. And in the end, I'll be undefeated, Lord, I promise. Shit, I bleed for the creed like Adonis. Cowards don't get acknowledged. You break the oath, boy, you know the price. We ride together, we die together. Bad boy for life. I get what he wants. Better chill, chimp. Run this shit like Forrest Gump. Cause you think I'm playing. Glock with me, that's my Jenny. No leg, yeah. 17 round roll on you like Lieutenant Dan. Turn down. Told me, motherfucker. They tell them niggas turn down. Think I got glory coming. You think I did all this shit for nothing? You better tell them niggas turn down. Coward ass motherfucker. Hey, look, hey,
Testing 1 2. All right, there we go. All right, I see what the problem is. Can you hear me now, Quad Bar? Just waiting for a response in the chat, Slakia. Come, most high in Christ, the water. Shalom, y'all, Bashem, y'all, Shabrakatah. It's Priest Officer 5090 Yob coming at you with the Wednesday, Slakia, Monday night scripture breakdown, right? As you can see from the title, man, it says, what does heaven and hell look like? What does that look like today? How's that shaped for today's atmosphere, today's world? Right, let's give a shout out to the chat, Slakia. Shalom Yahweh Shamar Thug by Shem Yahweh Shai to Sister Sha'aya and Sister Nashama. Shalom Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai Brakatha. It's Trooper Yazakar and Officer Quad Bar. Right? As I said, man, from the title, you can see that heaven and hell is something that's, not quite talked about or not, just learned throughout our community. Put like that. Everybody thinks heaven and hell is some place, that can't be seen. Heaven and hell is a place that can be seen. There's a heaven that can be seen also that cannot be seen, Slakia, which is where the Most High sits, in heaven. And that hell is not where the devil sits, man. I just want y'all to know. Hell is a place, a condition. Heaven is also a condition. Something that's not being taught to blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indigenous people. Rather that even to the world, because the school is called Israelite School of Practical Knowledge, meaning the knowledge that we know is practical. It's easy to understand, but Christians make it hard. Christians make everything hard to understand because they don't know this Bible. So they come up with any type of thing that makes them feel good. So if they say the devil is up on the ground, you can stump on them. When the devil is the oppressor that the Bible speaks of. I like to call them flower fleas, right? Or the police, the oppressor, the one that put us in chains. He is the devil, right? But they say he underneath the earth with a pitchfork and tails and a horn. When the Bible don't say that, right? He say he red and hairy all over, like a hairy garment. That's Esau. Esau is the devil. Thus says the Bible. Right? Esau is the oppressor. Thus says the Bible. So he is the devil. Why am I saying devil? What does devil mean? Right? Devil means to deceive, right? To lie. Right? But, I'm going to kick it off from the start. Salakia. Also, heaven. What does heaven look like for black people? We wouldn't have a clue what that looks like. But the scriptures tell us what it looks like, man. Scriptures tell us exactly what a heaven would be like for so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indigenous people. Something we've never seen before. Something that's untaught or unlearned in our communities because, what do we have to look for? What do we look for in our communities? We look to be drug dealers, unalivers, right? We look to those ungodly things to be, some, horrible rapper in the world that can't rap for nothing. All we rap about is hurting one another when really we should be uplifting one another. When really we should be going against this system and telling them like we should not conform to this world, man, because if we do conform to this world, then what? We become like the oppressor, man. We become a chocolate covered Edomite is what I like to say. We become like them because we have conformed to his culture to be like an oppressor, man. What does that look like? To be on a police force and beat your own brother. To be in the army, right? And you go against your brother and unalive him, or you take what he got, right? You want to be a part of America's community when America has never loved you, has never loved us. What we have to do is separate, man. And this is how we separate from America, by learning what heaven looks like for us and learning what hell is according to the Bible. According to these two things have been misconstrued, have been, misinformed, right? There's a lot of misinformation out there about heaven and hell and what it looks like today. That heaven is us in rulership. That hell is us right now. We in hell right now, living in the lowest conditions, strung out on drugs, being an alcoholic, right? Selling drugs to each other, unaliving a brother because he looked at us a certain type of way, right? Going to the oppressor to have to get our clothing, our water, our shelter. That's hell for us. Because why? Why am I saying that? It's because the interest rate on a house is through the goddamn roof. Have you ever met someone that pays a mortgage on that home? Their mortgage may say $1,500. But if you give that bank $1,500, $200 is going towards that home, which is why it takes 50 to 60,000 fucking Salakia, 60 to 1,000 year. Of course, I'm exaggerating, but it takes a very long time to pay off a home, a very long time. The point that I'm making is heaven is us ruling this earth, and hell is the condition that we live in currently. The fact that we have to go to another nation and get our substance to live is hell for us, when we should be able to go to each other and get our own substance, our own food, our own clothing, right? Our own homes. We should be able to go through each other to get what we need to live. Salakia. Esquire Bar says 30 years you pay double the price. So you pay a home, you get a home for $100,000. You're going to pay $200,000. The interest rate on a home is perjury. I believe I'm using the wrong word. So like it's robbery to me. It's robbery because you're being robbed, right? Let's get to the first precept, Salakia. All right. First precept we're going to go into, right? The first chapter, first book is going to be the book of Matthew, chapter 6 and verse 10. It says, thy kingdom come, right? What is the Lord's kingdom? The Lord's kingdom is the kingdom of heaven. And what does that look like? Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indigenous people being, uplifted, being strong in their nation, in their communities, right? Salakia. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven. So the way that the Lord rules in heaven is the same way earth will be ran by blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indigenous people. Because we are the Lord's chosen people. We'll be the ones enforcing the Lord's law, the Lord's rules, his statutes, the way that we're supposed to live, right? Running this world the way that it's supposed to be ran. Because according to scripture, this world is given for us. It's made for our sakes, not everybody else's. It's made for blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indigenous peoples. It's made for the Israelites. Because as you can see, the world is run by evil, wicked men. We have an orange man in office right now, and he has 36 felonies. 36 of them. Let a black, Hispanic, and Native Indigenous person have 36 felonies. He's going to get 300 years in prison. 300 years. What does that look like? That's death. He'll never be let out of prison, man. He'll never be let go. That's the system that we live in. That's the hell that we experience here in America, throughout the world. Not only here in America, but we are oppressed over in England, Africa, China, Russia, any continent or any country that blacks, Latinos, and Native Indigenous people go to try to escape the oppression. Oppression is there waiting for them. May not be the same way, but we all experience the same pain. Salakia. But as the Lord said, man, thy kingdom come, thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven. So that the way that heaven is ruled, the way that heaven is, constructed, is the same way earth will be constructed. Right? The same way heaven has a set of rules that they have to follow upon. The same way earth will be the same way, man. We have to get, in tune with these scriptures, in tune with this Bible, because if we don't, we're going to lose our culture, man. We're not going to understand that the Lord, wants us to bring this kingdom of, forth. You can't, sit and wait for this kingdom. We have to bring it here because the kingdom of heaven, the kingdom of heaven lives where? That's a question for the chat. Where does the kingdom lie within? Where is it? Because listen, it's not here yet, but it's somewhere. It's somewhere. Where does the kingdom of heaven lie? Right, as Trooper Jazakar said, in you, man, the kingdom of heaven is within us. So that Christian church, no, you too up, you good to go. So when it comes to, the Christian church says, oh, we're gonna sit and wait for the Lord, man. We gonna hope and we gonna pray and we gonna hop, skip, and dance. We gonna hashka labashka our way into the heaven's gates. When the Bible don't say that, man. In the body, right? This kingdom of heaven is within us, man. Within blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indigenous people. And in the ISUPK, we have our own heaven. Why am I saying that? Because we are valued enough in here to know that we, have the resources that fit each other. We have the resources to help one another out. Because if we don't, nobody else will. Nobody's gonna feed us. Nobody's gonna, shelter us. Nobody's gonna look upon, blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indigenous people and ask, hey brother, you need this, you need that. Because they don't care about us, man. But in ISUPK, we do. We do care about each other. We do care about our brothers and sisters. We do clothe each other. We do feed one another. Because if we don't, we're going to fall, man. And here we have our own heaven. We have our own piece of of sanity, our own piece of peace. You understand? Like a piece of pie, like that own slice of pie, we have it for ourselves because we don't receive it out here in this world, man. It's like it. All right. With that being said, man, we got to understand that this Bible is for us. That the kingdom of heaven is only for blacks, Hispanics, and native indigenous people, and not for the entire earth. Because there's not one gate. There's 12 of them. It's 12 gates. Right? There's 12 gates. Salakia. Unto the kingdom of heaven. Not one giant gate that allows everybody in. That one giant gate is a Christian lie. It's a lie that's told by the Christian church, man. Salakia. Right? So the next precept, next book we're gonna be going into is the book of Revelations, man. I remember growing up as a kid saying that the church says the most scariest book is the book of Revelations, man. Well, help me understand that the book of Revelations is the most prophetic book that relates to them. Because not only are they part of Babylon, they are part of America's destruction, man. They are a part of our destruction. They're the Christianity is the reason why we are so docile here in America. It's the reason why blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indigenous people don't know what it feels like to be in a position of power, because the Christian pastor has made us docile, has made us very weak. But we need a strong leader like Commander Junior Yohana, because if we don't, we're gonna forever fall to America's games in its wicked way of life, its culture, man. So we have to separate from being like them to be like the Lord, man. This is the book of Revelations, chapter 5 and verse 10. Salakia. And it reads, and has made us unto our God kings and priests. Right? When it says our God, what does that sound like? It says our, it means possessive. That's a possessive pronoun. Our means that the God that's being spoken of here, it belongs to us, man. That God belongs to us. And who is that God? Yahweh is the most high, right? Yahweh is the most high's name in the Hebrew, right? You say you may see God or Lord, but Yahweh is the Lord's name. So Yahweh is the one that belongs to us, man. That's the God that we're supposed to be worshiping, the one that we're supposed to be praying to, right? And he said he made us kings and priests unto him. What does a king do? A king protects the nation, right? Watches over the people, right? He leads the people. He doesn't lead them into destruction, man. Because the president that we got right now is lying to us. He's lying to the world, saying that we are at peace, man. We're not at war. We are not at war. We are not doing anything. We are just fine. America is still strong. America is falling apart. Jets are falling out the sky. American soldiers are being sent to war that they have no clue what's going on and being unalive for it. The president is a liar. What more shows you that America is falling, man? How long did Rome last? I believe by about 200 years before it fell. What does America live off? Roman culture, right? They live off Roman culture. So we, as a nation, have to separate from America and become kings and priests unto the Lord, man. Because if we don't, we're going to fall, man. The Lord said he made us kings and priests. Well, a king is a person that leads, right? As a nation, blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indigenous people have morals. We are not like the oppressor. We have morals. We know right from wrong. We know what's good for the people, right? And a priest, what does a priest do? Teaches the people about the Lord, man, what's to come and what's not to come, what we should do and what we should not do, how to pray and how not to pray. That's what a priest does, right? As a matter of fact, let's get the definition of priest. Lakia. Lakia. Right? This is definition of priest. A priest is a person who is set apart to serve God and minister on behalf of others. So the priest is the ones that stands between us and the Lord and Christ. He's the one that sends up the we send up prayers also, but he's the one that helps us understand what the Lord is saying, man. That's his purpose. That's the purpose of a priest, man. To help us understand what's going on between the Lord and us. Right? He oversees Salakia. Is also some synonyms, right? He represents the people before God, offers sacrifices and prayers, teaches God's laws, oversees worship and sacred duties, intercedes for people, right? Salakia. Right, so the purpose of a priest, man, is to help the people, man, just like a king does. Not the same exact duties, but the same reason that a priest helps the people is the same way a king is supposed to help the people, man. We are supposed to be led by example. A priest cannot be a drug dealer. Drug dealer cannot be a priest. An unaliver cannot be a priest. Right? A sexual deviant cannot be a priest because he does not fit the description. He's not fit to lead a people. Neither one of those people that I just named, examples, I should say, can be a king because they do not know how to lead a people. They're gonna destroy them, man. They're gonna lead them to, to any type of folly that they want to go after, man. It's like it. Right. Let's get back on topic. All right. This book of Revelations, chapter 10. It's like in chapter 6 and verse 10. And has made us unto our God kings and priests, and we shall reign on the earth. What does reigning on the earth look like? We shall be in a position of power, man. Now, blacks, Hispanics, and Native indigenous people actually have a say-so. We have a voice, man. Because here in America, we don't know what that looks like. We are 3/5 of a man. According to America's Constitution, the black man is not a person. He doesn't exist. His vote doesn't matter, which is why they're about to take it from us. Not that it ever mattered, right? But as you can hear in the Christian church, go vote. Go pick somebody that's going to lead us. It's never worked. It's never worked for us, right? The earth is given to the hands of the wicked. But for us blacks, Hispanics, and Native indigenous people, one day we'll rule over the earth, man. We'll reign. We'll have a say-so. We'll be the ones that's making the rules. We'll be enforcing the law, right? As priests and as kings, right? Living up to the statutes and having our righteousness better than the Pharisees, man. Than the ones that than the politicians, than the president. We'll be better than them at ruling a people because we'll have the Lord on our side, man. We'll reign forever. We'll run this earth like the Lord wants us to run it. We won't be the ones that's selling drugs to each other. We won't be the ones that's unaliving one another because we stepped on each other's shoe. We won't be, looking at our sisters as prostitutes, man, because the Lord does not want us to do that. The Lord wants us to be righteous, to be better than the Christian church, to be better than the Muslim mosque, to be better than the Buddhists, right? He wants us to be better than them, because if we're not better than them, then we'll be least. We'll be the worst. We'll be the ones in the kingdom shoveling horse doo-doo. We wouldn't know what it feels like to be in a position of power. The Lord just gonna remove you and put somebody else better in the seat that's fit to rule a kingdom, that's fit to rule a people. That's why coming into the truth is very imperative that we change our lives, man. It's very, very much important to come into this truth and understand that you can no longer live the way that you live, or you'll be just like the oppressor, man. You won't know what it feels like to reign over another people. Just as it's raining outside right now. You know what rain does? It makes people go inside. The weather makes people go inside. The oppressor has a force called the police. Right? Slave catchers is what they used to be called. When the police come, what happens? The crowd scatters. The crowd runs and takes cover, because the ones that's come to enforce the law are now on the scene. Now imagine blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indigenous people in a position of power, man. Now we can go outside and not have to be chased by the police because we fit the description, so called. We outside just chilling, and here comes some oppressor, wanted to fill his quota, saying, "Oh, look, man, you fit the description of another black man that looks nothing like you." It's already been documented and on camera that they do this. But the point is, when the rain comes down, we'll understand what it feels like to have control, to have a say-so, right? We'll know what it feels like to matter, because here in America we don't, man. We're base people. We're the very last ones to even speak about anything that pertains to us. All right? Lock you. All right. Like, yeah. Where did I leave off at? And that was Revelations 5 and 10. Like, yeah. Next precept is the book of Revelations, chapter 21 and 2, verse 2, right? This is the book of Revelations, chapter 21 and verse 2. And I saw, John, saw the holy city. What is the holy city, man? That's Jerusalem, right? That's the kingdom of heaven, right? New Jerusalem, coming down from God out of heaven, prepared as a bride adorned for her husband, man. When in that day, when the Lord cracks the sky and delivers us from this oppressor, man, the kingdom of heaven will now be seen by the Lord, man. We'll know what the kingdom of heaven looks like on earth, now that the Lord can have a dealing in it, because now the people, us as a nation, blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indigenous people, knows what it feels like to be righteous, knows what it feels like to be protected, right? Knows what it feels like to have salvation, knows what it feels like to be righteous, man. Will be righteous enough to run the world, the earth, right? We'll know what it feels like to do that, because now that we can look up and know that the Lord is now here with us. He's here with us. He hears our prayers. He sees us ruling this world in righteousness, man. Slakia. All right, it says adorned for her bride, man. Slakia. Prepared as a bride, adorned for her husband. What What does a bride do? She gets, all fixed up and nice and beautiful for her husband, man. When she walks down the aisle, right? She is, extravagant to the husband, and we are the husbands. The bride is the kingdom, right? The bride is for us, and we should treat that kingdom like we treat a woman, gratefully. Because without the kingdom of heaven, brother, sisters, we would be out of luck. We would not have anything to look forward to. See, the Lord says he has many mansions for us, and we have to learn how to get it. And that's by keeping the law, man. Fuck you. Right? That's what heaven looks like for us, man. Heaven looks it's something that we can't imagine, man. Like I said, the Lord said he got many mansions. Something that our minds can't fathom what the kingdom of heaven would look like for us. We just know that that heaven is for us. That's all we know. And that the Lord has many mansions. He has many gifts for us. Right? But that's only if we deserve the kingdom of heaven. And the way to get it is by keeping this law. By keeping the law statutes and commandments. By having the Lord deal with us the way that he deals with a child. What does that look like? Joining the ISUPK. That's the only way you'll be able to get it. That's the only way you'll be able to understand this scripture, man. These precepts, this Bible, period. Because without us, nobody's going to teach it to you. You got some fake Israelite out there that think you know the Bible and fall off. Right? You got Genesis, they just, erupted into an explosion. IUIC is falling apart too. Sakari blew up like an explosion, man. Like a bomb. That was it. That was it for them. And then came Genesis. They're gone too. Who's next? Who is next on the list to destroy some people? Just to show that they are not the ones to fit to lead a people other than ISUPK, man. If it's not us, nobody else can fit it, man. Nobody else is fit to lead a nation, fit to lead Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indigenous people, man. Because they lead us astray every time, man. Lock in. Let's get back on topic, man. Because that kingdom of heaven is here to come, man. It's for us. But we got to learn how to get it. Just got to go out there and bring it forth, man. Because the kingdom of heaven is within us. We bring that forth by doing what the Lord said. Right? Also, like I said, the misconstruction I don't know the word that I'm looking for. It's a lot here. But the misinformation out there about hell, man. Let me help y'all understand what that looks like. Like it. Hell, like I said, hell is a condition, man. Hell is not some place underneath the earth because it's non-existent. Hell is not a place that you go when you die. When you've been doing, when you've been sinning. That hell is a condition. Black people are in hell right now, as I said in the beginning of class, man. That the oppression that we look at, the rigorous work that we are put through continuously throughout this earth is hell. It's a living, and breathing tyranny for us. Doesn't feel good. Doesn't look well for us. It's Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indigenous people here in this earth, man. Just lock it. So we can go to the book of Matthew, chapter 10, and verse 28. And it reads, "And fear not them which kill the body." What is this talking about? says, fear not them which kill the body. It's talking about your flesh, man, your earthly flesh. It says, fear them that can kill the body. Salakia. And fear not them which kill the body. Salakia. So this, the life that you live is not yours. This body is it's just a vessel. That's it. That's all it is. Right? To a higher understanding. Some people be like, oh, it's my body, it's my choice. I do this, I can do that. It says, fear them that kill the body. What does it look like? The oppressor, come down and with his law and unalive us for the least of nothing. Because we fit the description. Because he pulled us over and we reached for our license, even though he told us to go for our license, and he decides to draw his gun and unalive us for it. In that moment, we shouldn't fear the police. We shouldn't fear losing our lives. Those are the things that we should not fear. The things that can kill the body. Right? But not able to kill the soul. Meaning he can't destroy our soul, man, the spirit, man, the vibe that we have. Right? He can't take that from us. He can't take our soul. Right? Salakia. But rather fear him, which is able to destroy both soul and body in hell. Salakia. Let me go up one more. But not able to kill the soul, man. See, in this earth, we get beat down and battered, man. We can lose this body, but the soul that we have, right? The will to fight, he can't destroy that. The will to go and say that the white man, Salaki, that the oppressor is the devil. He cannot destroy that, but the Lord can. The Lord said, but rather fear him, which is able to destroy both body and soul in hell. What does that look like, man? Strung out on drugs, man, not looking for an outlet. The drug is our outlet. Unaliving each other is the outlet. Because we don't have a soul, man. We don't look at each other as anything. We don't look at ourselves as anything. Right? It says destroy the body also. Right? Being riddled with diseases, man. Being unalived consistently throughout our, because we die and come back. But we don't know that. We don't know that the life that we lived. But the Lord says, fear him. Fear the Lord. Fear the Lord, man. That can destroy both body and soul. Soul and body. So like as the precept says, both soul and body. So we should fear the Lord so that we are not destroyed, man. So that we have a chance of making it into the kingdom of heaven. And that's a fight in itself. We have to learn to fight to get there. We have to fight this, and this life that we live is made for a test. You're being tested to see if you are worthy enough to serve the Lord, man. Will you be the one that lives until the end, that gets the kingdom? Or will you die? Or will you give up? Will you unalive yourself? That's what it says when it destroys the soul, man. You have no more fight in you. Nothing. Sloppy. Right? We have to learn how to fight this war, man. And we got to be the ones that win. Because if we don't, man, this world, what this world has for us is destruction. The fight that we have to fight is called life. And we have to learn how to deal with it and get over it. Slovakia. We have to learn how to climb that hill and no longer go back down it. Life is about warfare. But are you a warrior? Are you a soldier for the Lord? Or are you some coward? Are you going to cower when life gets hard for you? Or are you going to stand strong and stay with the Lord and fear him and keep his law, statutes, and commandments? Are you gonna do that, or are you gonna cower and run when life gets hard? What are you gonna do? That's the question we should ask ourselves. Do we continue to live in hell, or do we look forward to bringing the kingdom of heaven towards us? That's the question that you should ask yourself. Are you serious for this truth? Are you in here for fakes? Are you in here for real? Are you here to sacrifice your body as a living soul, I mean, as a living sacrifice, or are you faking it? It's like it. It's either one or the other, man. Be hot or be cold. I'm gonna choose to be hot for the Lord, man. Be on fire for the Lord because He's the only one that's gonna get rid of you. He's the one that's gonna bring you out of this hell. Is what I mean. It's like it. All right. Next precept gonna be the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 3, verse 16. All right. This is the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 3, and verse 16. And moreover, I saw under the sun, right, the place of judgment. What is the place of judgment, man? If you say it's under the sun, the place of judgment, Slakia, is under the sun. And what does that look like, man? That's earth. That's earth for you. Earth is the place of judgment. Like, earth is the place of judgment, man. We are here to, you know, to rather be righteous. Salaki, I'm jumping the gun. Salaki. Right? A judgment can be a good thing or a bad thing. Right? It can be righteous or it can be wicked. Right? Let's get back to it. Right? It says that wickedness was there. So wickedness was in this place of judgment, in this earth. What does wickedness look like, man? Ungodliness. Right? Being some adulterer, being some unaliver, a rapist, right? Some PDF file, right? Being some being some robber. You wanna rob your brother because he got some nice car that you like, or some nice jewelry that he has and you want it, right? Looking at your brother as a lick, when in reality, man, when in reality we should not be looking at each other like that because we'll get judged for it. Slakia. And the place of righteousness, and also righteousness was in this earth, man. Where good things was there, where the law was being kept, where brothers were saying not to eat pork, shrimp, crab, and lobster, not to commit adultery on your husband, not to unalive your brother because he look a certain type of way, because he owned a different block as you, because he rep a different color flag as you. You bang blue and he bang orange or red or black. So you want to unalive your brother. And some sections go against each other. They wear the same color, but against one another. That doesn't even make sense. See, at one point, gangs were the reason, cops didn't enter into the neighborhood because they were being watched by them until the oppressor has infiltrated the gangs. Now the gangs watch each other to, unalive one another. Right? That's another topic for another day. All right? Let's get back, and it says Slakia, and the place of righteousness. And Slakia, that iniquity was there. So that unjust, the unjust murders that we Slakia, unalivings that we have in our communities is unjust, right? With that brother, Cyrus Carmack Belton, that was unjust, right? Trayvon Martin was unjust, right? The I forget the brother name. I know his last name is Stanley. Was one of the youngest brothers to get the electric chair. His death was unjust, right? Emmett Till's death was unjust, right? The things that we here experience under this earth, man, we receive judgments and we slack we receive punishments, man. So we are better off on being on the righteous side than being someone that's, living a lascivious life. Someone that's not, into the gang culture. Someone that's not into the drug culture. So we have to separate ourselves, man, and not be in this hellhole while still living in hell. We can't be the demons. We can't be the ones that introducing demons to new vessels, man. We cannot do that. Cannot give a demon a place to rest. We have to make it very uncomfortable for them to be around. Spocky. Let's read on. Verse 17. I said in my heart, God shall judge the righteous and the wicked. For there is a time that every purpose and for every work. Right? So there's a purpose for every judgment, man. And for the work that we do. So you'll receive a judgment for the work. For the work that you put in, you'll receive a judgment for it. Whether it be wicked or it be righteous. It depends on the work that you put in. If you dishing out drugs, expect somebody to dish out drugs to your sons and your daughters. If you dishing out, unaliving, expect somebody to want to unalive you. Because that's the culture that you decide to go after. But we have to learn to separate ourselves from it. Learn to not want to harm our brothers. Learn not to want to sell each other drugs. We cannot be a part of this hellhole when we are all blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indigenous people surrounded with hell. Everywhere we go is some oppressor pushing his culture, pushing the unaliving culture, pushing the what is this hookup culture that everybody talks about now online, doing in the dating scene. We can't be a part of that because we know that sex is marriage, and that we know that being judged for it, knowing that sex is marriage, and we lay down with somebody and decide to leave them, the Lord may give you something because that's a judgment from Him. Right? So we have to be righteous in our decisions, righteous in when, like I said, in our decision making, because we don't, we'll get punished. We'll receive a judgment for it. Like I said, whether it be wicked or righteous. Right? Let's read on. Yeah. Go to the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 32, and verse 22. Yeah. This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 32 and verse 22. For a fire is kindled in mine anger, and shall burn unto the lowest hail, and shall consume the earth with her increase, and set the fire, and set on fire the foundations of the mountains. Right? When the Lord says, and this, I'm gonna break it down in piece by piece, right? Line upon line, precept upon precept, because that's the way the Bible is supposed to be read. For those that's new, right? That's tuning in. Verses this book of Deuteronomy, chapter 32 and verse 22. For a fire is kindled in mine anger. So when the Lord gets mad, man, it's like a fire, right? He gets real hot. I don't know about you, but being angered makes you hot. As blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indigenous people, man, we have a saying, right? We have a saying when we are upset about something. Oh, he got me hot. She got me hot, man. Oh, I'm 38 hot. I'm angry. I feel like it's a fire, and it feels like I'm on fire, man. Right? I don't know where y'all from, but where I'm from in Richmond, Virginia, you say, oh, we about to set this place ablaze, man. We about to set this place on fire. Why? Because we are angered. We are upset. Right? And it's not a physical fire. We're just about to upset the atmosphere, man. Right? And this is what the Lord is saying. For a fire is kindled in mine anger, and shall burn unto the earth, slacking, and shall burn unto the lowest hell. And what is the lowest hell, man? Earth. His anger will be dished out on earth, right? And shall consume the earth with her increase. So the Lord's anger, right, will consume the earth. The Lord is going to pour out his wrath, man. What does that look like? His chariots, man. His chariots are the curses that go to and fro throughout the earth, man. Salakia. And I can prove that also. I'm gonna get a precept for that right before I end the class. See, this shows that the Lord shows that he is not weak, man. He don't love everybody. The Lord says his anger shall burn down to the lowest hell and consume the earth with it. Lock it. And shall consume the earth with her increase. So the increase, the more angry that the Lord is, man, that fire is going to increase and consume the earth with it. That anger that the Lord has, lock it, and set the lock it, and set on fire the foundations of the mountains. He said, look like Lord come down with his chariots and set this place ablaze. Right, having his chariots go to and fro and exacting and enforcing punishment, man. That's what that looks like. That's what the earth would see when the Lord comes here, man. When the Lord returns, that's what we'll see, man. We'll see that the Lord is not to be played with. We'll see that the Lord enacts his judgment, and he is not a joke, man. Right? It's like it. This just to show that the Lord has tools of warfare, and this is the tool that he'll use to enact his judgment, excluding Christ, because we all know that Christ is coming back with a sword, right, to execute judgment on this earth, man. So lock it. It's the book of Isaiah, chapter 66 and verse 15. For behold, the Lord will come with fire, man, and with his chariots like a whirlwind. What is the chariot? The unidentified flying objects, the UFO, but the Lord calls him his chariots, man. Well, as people has the oppressor has changed it. I think it's called like an aerial phenomenon, something of that nature, right? Salakia. To render his anger with fury, and to rebuke Salakia, and his rebuke with flames of fire, man. Meaning his judgment is gonna be hot. It's gonna be on fire. That's how the Lord is returning with flames, man, to enact his judgment on this earth. For the things that we have done, for the earth will be judged for it. Right? So for the work that we do in this truth, hopefully the Lord looks upon it and see that we did a wonderful job. Sees that we are deserving of the kingdom, man. For the ones that decide not to get into this truth, that decide that they want to go against this Bible, that decide that they want to break this law, man, the Lord enacts a judgment upon everyone. Right? So there's a time and a place, as the book of Ecclesiastes said. It's like, let's get back to it. Let's get right back to it. It's like it. Ecclesiastes 3:17, right? It says, I said in mine heart, in my mind, right? This is King Solomon, I believe, if not mistaken. And said, Salakia, I said in mine heart, God shall judge the righteous and the wicked. So whether you are righteous, you will be judged. And if you're wicked, you will be judged. Right? For there is a time for every purpose and for every work. Right? So whether it be a purpose for it, there's going to be a time where it's going to happen. See, the purpose of us going into slavery, into captivity, was for a punishment, man, because we decided to break the Lord's laws, right? And that's, prophesied in the book of Ecclesiastes. That's prophesied in the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 68, that we'll go into chains, right? As as bondmen, we'll go into Egypt and with ships, right, into America, because Egypt and America are the same. We were slaves in Egypt, and we were slaves here in America, and we got judged for breaking the Lord's commandments. Now it's time that we become righteous people, that we can receive a righteous judgment, so that we can receive the kingdom of heaven, right, and no longer be a part of this hellhole. No longer know what it feels like to be in hell, right? Because hell is a condition, right? Let's read on. Like it. And for every work. So for the work that you do, whatever work you put out is the work that you will receive back, man. So you'll receive, as I said, a righteous judgment, or you'll receive a punishment, a costly punishment from the Lord, right? And that's something that we do not want to experience. We do not want to know what it feels like to be, part of the wrath that the Lord has for us. We don't want to know what it feels like to have the Lord, have his hand upon us with an anger, to be angry with us. We don't want that. Right, because if we like it, UPA, right, on a aerial phenomenon, something of that. I forgot what they what they call it, but that's some oppressor trying to play tricks on what they do. Salakia. All right, Salakia, we got a question in the chat. Salakia. This is Trooper Yazakar. He says, Salakia Adawan, if I may ask, how can we have the mindset of kings and priests while living in the conditions we are in? The way that we can live like kings and priests is by following these law, statutes, and commandments, learning how to be a servant of the Lord, right? Referring to these scriptures when it comes to our day to day life. Our daily lives need to be constructed around this Bible, because if it's not, then we'll start to listen to the counsel of ourselves. That counsel of ourselves can lead us either to destruction, to a deeper ditch, or death, right? Because without instruction from this Bible, what have we been doing? Dying. Salakia. We've been, being we have been disappearing from this earth consistently without the scriptures, man. Without these scriptures, we'll be lost. That's why it's in the scripture, Salakia, in this Bible, it says the things that proceed up out of my mouth is these scriptures, man. Of course, I'm paraphrasing, right? Because without it, man, we'll be lost, man. We won't have anything. That's why it's best to, instruct your life, to raise up a child in the way that they should go, to understand that we can no longer be like we were in the world. We can no longer be drug dealers, can no longer be unalivers, can no longer be adulterers, right? Can no longer be that. If we want to be in here, if we want to be kings and priests, we have to learn that this Bible teaches us how to live, teaches us how to construct our identity, ourselves, to be leaders, to be kings and priests. You have to learn how to lead a people. See, the priests in the ISUPK know how to lead a people. They know how to do that, but the Christian church does not. So my advice to you, Trooper Yazakar, man, is to stay in this truth and learn how to lead other people. Always look to these scriptures. Always look to the Lord on how to lead. Because without him, we don't have anything. We don't have instruction on how to be a better person, a better man, a better sister. We don't have that. But in here we do. We have examples to look up to. Commanding Junior Honda is the best example to look up to on how to lead a people. Because without him, the ISUPK would not be alive. So those are the examples that we have. It's these scriptures and living proof, which is Commanding Junior Honda, man. And with that, that's my time. Clip it right there. Shalom Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai Barakatah to all the brothers. Shalom Yahweh Shemalatah by Shem Yahweh Shai to all the sisters. Shalom. I'll be right back next week, next Monday, right, with a interesting, very interesting topic. Shalom.